microphone I've turned on early, just to make sure that I can be seen clearly and heard clearly. So any problems, let me know. I'll put some music on as well, let me know how the sound of that is. Just a little bit of background music to roll out your mat if you've got one. If you haven't, not to worry, you don't need to do yoga on a mat. If you've got a hard floor, you might want something to put your knees on. If you have any blocks, grab a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, don't worry, it doesn't matter. If you want to take a couple of big books, you could use them possibly if you need them. You might not need them, so we're all good. The music's really quiet in the background. If anyone can hear it, give me a little thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to just turn the volume up a little. A bit better. We've got a couple of minutes before we start, so I'll just wait until 7 o'clock on the dot. 45-minute class. I'm going to flow. You can take a break into child's pose if you would like to. Otherwise, let's just keep going, keep breathing. Don't worry if you're doing something different. And just one more thing about my instruction. I might go from one end of the mat to the other. You don't need to. You can just stay as though you're facing the front of your mat. And if I say right and you're going left, don't worry, because we go in both directions anyway. I'll just try and make it really clear so that you all know what you're doing. So we are going to start sitting, so you can make your way down to your mat, and you can always grab a cushion if you want to sit on anything, or a block to give you a little bit of height. So if you have your legs crossed in front of you, hi Jackie. If you have your legs crossed or legs out in front, if you prefer, they don't have to be crossed. Just take your time to find your seat. So as always, we start with a few settling breaths. We've still got another minute, so I'll just hang on. Just check that you're sitting comfortably. Just start to feel your breath while you're waiting. You can have your eyes closed. Just take a moment to notice how you feel and whether you think you're going to move through the whole sequence. So don't really have any expectations. Just taking a little bit of time out for yourself. Awesome, yeah. Thanks, Jackie. Can you hear the music? Let's get started. Cross-legged, Rock onto each sitting bone. See if you can get them as even as you can. Just let the hips release. Don't worry if your knees are up high. Bring as much softness as you can to the whole body. Maybe sway from side to side, forward and back. Just take these few moments to get yourself centered, and when you're ready, come up to the tall spine, sitting up as tall as you can. We'll go into a hand mudra. So peace fingers, the index finger and the middle finger, keep them out and extend them. Bring the little finger and the ring fingers together with the thumb, and then turn the palms upwards and let the back of the hand rest onto the legs. Close the eyes and just notice the flow of your breath. So your hand mudra this evening is prana mudra, life force energy. We're going to use it in the practice. So as you start to settle, start to notice the breath and notice where it is in the body. Feel the pulse of the breath, the inhale, the expansion, the uplift of the heart center, broadening of the upper back. And then as you exhale, the navel gently comes into the spine and you root down through the sitting bones. Just a couple more breaths here, sitting upright, nice and tall. And then as you exhale, release, you can gently open the eyes. So drop your right ear to your right shoulder and feel this stretch in the left side of the neck there. And imagine that the stretch is really kind of energizing right up to the ear and to the tip of the left shoulder. So without any tension in the jaw, see if you can release there. And then reach out with the right hand. So the right hand is touching the floor. And then reach up with the left hand. Reach it up to the ceiling first. Keep the heart space open. And then maybe, if you feel like it, lean over a little bit more so that then you get a side stretch. That side stretch comes from the waist. It goes up to the armpit and down to the hip. So breathe into that side stretch. And then nice and slowly you're going to bring that left hand down and start to fold over your right thigh. So let the hands come out in front of you and just feel those little pulses over the right thigh. You might be up higher. And then the next time you inhale, you lift up a little and walk the hands to the center. Reach out through the fingertips. You might be high or low here, it doesn't matter. Just keep noticing the breath, noticing where the breath is going, and follow the pulse of the breath as you inhale and exhale, releasing down. And then slowly inhale all the way up through the center. We come straight into a twist. Twist to your left. Take the right hand on the outside of the left thigh and the left hand behind you. Again, just notice where the breath goes in the twist. And then exhale, release all the way to the center. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder, feel the stretch in the right side of the neck. Let that right shoulder release down. And let the stretch go right to the tip of the shoulder, all the way up through the neck. So without force, just softening. Reach out through the left hand. So you're touching the floor on the left hand side. Reach up through the right hand. Feel that lovely side stretch grow. And then if you're enjoying that, you can go over a bit further and just really breathe from the waist down to the hip and up to the armpit. Keep the heart center lifted. And then slowly you're going to fold over the left thigh. Let the hands come down. Feel the pulsations again of the breath. Inhale, lift up, walk the hands to the center. Again, fold. Maybe high, maybe low. You might be up here if you have tight hips, if you have tight lower back. Don't overdo anything at the beginning of your practice. Good, and then come on up to sitting nice and tall, and then twist to your right straight away. Right hand behind, left hand on the right thigh. Notice what that feels like. Keep bringing the attention back to what you're doing rather than where we're going next. Exhale, release a twist. Good, reach up with the arms. And reach down and forward, uncross the legs. Come onto hands and knees. Any way you wish. Let's get to our hands and knees. Line the wrists up underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and inhale forward. As you inhale forward, pull the shoulders away from the ears, lengthen through the front of the body, lifting up the hips, and then exhale, round the spine, lift the navel up to the spine, push the hands into the mat and tuck the chin under. Inhale forward, and then exhale, round into the spine again. Good job. Inhale forward, last one, exhale, round through the spine. And now turn it into some barrel rolls, like you're going around the inside of a barrel with the whole torso, with the belly and the waist, with the back of the body, and then go in the opposite direction. Come back to the center, tuck the toes under, stretch through the soles of the feet by bringing the weight back, and then forward into the palms of the hands. Come back into the soles of the feet and forward into the base of the fingers and the base of the thumbs. Back again. Good job. Come all the way back to child's pose, so you can take your knees a bit wider if you like. Extend the hands forward and then lift up the palms of the hands, come onto the fingertips. And feel that lovely space in the armpits all the way up through the side body. So you're breathing into the whole side body, into the back of the body. Inhale, slowly come on up, hands and knees, tuck your toes, downward dog. First down dog. Notice how it feels. Lift both heels, bend both knees. Good. Little pounces here. That really sends the energy down through the hands. And then pull the hips back a little bit. Still keep the knees nice and soft just until we wake up. And then lift the heels and take them over to the left and bend into the knees and do some little pulses here. So I'm just waking up through the side body. Come back through the middle. Bend the knees, lift the heels, take both heels over to the right now. Little pulses by bending into the knees. Come on back through the center, bend into the knees. Nice and soft, and then lengthen as much as you can through the spine and through the hamstrings. And then let's do little steps all the way to the front of the mat. Land in a forward fold. Nice soft knees to start with. Have a little sway from side to side. Let the side body grow again. Crown of the head down to the floor. Let it go. And then inhale, push through the feet. Swoop the arms all the way up. Bring the palms together. Look up. Gather it all back into the heart space. And just allow yourself to settle into the soles of the feet. So just notice what it feels like to be standing up. And then release the hands. I'm going to turn to face you. Inhale, lift up with the arms. And then bend into the elbows and take the hands to the back of the head. And then lift up through the arms and bend into the elbows again. Taking the elbows out to the side. Keep going, inhaling, exhaling. Good, this time we're going to reach the arms out to the side, turn the thumbs down, and then bring the arms behind you. Have the back of the hands towards the body, And then reach the arms out again, thumbs down. Good, back of the hands towards the body. Keep moving through the arms, bending into the elbows, going out to the side. And then come on all the way back up. Bring the hands back down to the heart space. Take the feet a little bit wider, bend into the knees. Inhale, swoop up through the arms. Turn to face the left leg and then swoop all the way down. Come on up through the midline, reach it up. Exhale, over to the right leg. Come on up through the midline, reach it up. Keep it going from one leg to the other. Folding over, one leg and then the other. Coming up through the midline. Great, then next time you come up through the midline, reach up. Exhale, let the arms flow down. And now we're going to come to the front of the mat. If you have moved, we'll come into a sun salutation, starting at the front. Inhale, lift up through the arms. Exhale, fold. So in your extension, in your half Uttanasana, your flat back, as you extend forward, take the elbows out to the side and have the palms facing up here. And then soften the knees and release down again. Take the hands down to the floor, step the right foot back and then the left. Come to plank. Feel the extension through the crown of the head. Bring the knees down, first round. Release the rest of the body down. Untuck your toes. Roll up through the shoulders, shoulders away from ears, little cobra. Exhale, release it down. Push back up to hands and knees. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, reach up with the arms. Exhale, open up, cactus arms. Good, bring the elbows down towards the waist. And then bring the hands forward either side of that right leg. And then gently pull the hips back and see if you can start to come into those hamstring stretches. Pulling the hips back. Don't worry about straightening through the right leg. And then the next time we bend into that right knee, tuck the back toe, bring that left knee up, step forward, fold. Inhale, lift up, gather it back in, bring it back to the heart space. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, swan dive down. Forward fold. Half flat back, extension. Bring the hands to the back of the head. To the lower back. Bend into the knees, take the hands down to the floor, step yourself back, left and then right plank. Hold it here. Bring the knees down, then the rest of the body. Little cobra, breathing into the heart space. Exhale, release. Good, push back up to hands and knees. This time left foot forward. Reach up with the arms. Exhale, open cactus arms. Bring the elbows down to the waist. And then bring the hands down to the floor, either side of the left leg. Maybe drop the right thigh a little bit here, get that lovely stretch in the thigh, and then pull the hips back and see how straight that left leg goes. So just moving forward and back, starting to stretch through the hamstrings. Feel that rotation of the pelvis. You got this. Bring the back knee up and then step forward and fold. Let it go. Inhale, lift it up. Gather it all back in. We'll go again, another round. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Feel the extension. Bring the hands to the lower back. Take the hands down, step yourself back to plank. So you do this in your own way. You can bring your knees down. You can go all the way down. Come to a little cobra or higher up if you like. Release yourself down. I'm going to push back up to down dog. You can do hands and knees if that's better for you. Breathing evenly. Bring the right leg up. As it comes up high, you'll notice that the hip wants to open up. Allow it to open. Bend into the knee if that feels good. Level the hips again. Gather the knee back in, step forward. Good, so you're looking forward now into a lunge. Some of you might still have the left knee down, that's okay. So, if you have the left knee down, bring it up and turn the toes out slightly. Come on up to warrior one and get yourself settled. So your heart centre's facing the front of the mat. You're rooting down through the legs, through the soles of the feet and reaching up through the arms. Really feel that duality of the pose. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and then open up through the heart space. Now you might decide to stay here, you might stay upright, or you might fold. And allow the head to come down towards the floor and bring the hands away from the body. Let it go. Release the hands, take it either side of that right leg. Step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, lift up. Root down, rise up. Bring it back to the heart space. And again to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Extend through the spine. Hands come down to the floor, left leg and then right leg plank. Extension. Bring it down, knees or not. Come on up to a cobra, shoulders away from ears. Exhale down. Beautiful. Tuck your toes, downward dog or hands and knees, your choice. Left leg, reach it up. Open out if that feels good through the hip. If you're on hands and knees, you can still extend through the left leg, no problem. Level the hips and then gather that knee back in and step forward. Doesn't matter how many steps it takes to get there. So you're in a lunge here. If you've got the back knee down, bring it up. Turn the right toe slightly out, bring the heel down. Inhale, lift up and root. Yeah, so just take a moment in your warrior one, just feeling the heart center opening up. Feel the space you're creating in the shoulders. Root down through the feet. If you like, take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, lift up the heart center, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You might decide to stay up here. Or if you like, you can fold. You can release and let the head come down towards the floor. This is a deep stretch through the front of the body. And then release the hands either side of the left leg. Good. Step the right foot forward. Fold. Let it go. Couple of breaths in your forward fold. So really take your time to allow everything to soften. Soften through the shoulders and the crown of the head down. Root through the feet. Feel the torso waterfalling all the way down. As you lift up the hips, push the heels into the floor. Breathing in and out as evenly as possible. And then inhale, come on up to stand and take the arms nice and wide. Bring the palms together all the way back to the heart space. Good. Exhale, release. Let's have a little go at a balance. So just root down through both feet. Have them about hip distance apart and lift and spread the toes nice and wide. Soften the knees so that you feel like you're really rooting down here. Yeah, and then lift up the left foot and just move that left leg around a bit. So there's no right or wrong. I'm not really going to give you any direction. I just want you to see how that feels. Side to side, back and behind. What's your balance like? If you've got a wall, you can hold on to a wall. Good, and then go to the other side, stand on the left leg. Check out this side. Embrace the differences between both sides of your body. Good job. Come on back to the center. We're going to balance now into Garuda. Garuda eagle pose. So if you prefer not to balance, have both feet on the ground. Root down into all four corners of the feet. Look down, see if you can see your toes. Send the hips back a little bit. and breathe here. So you're on both feet, so you're really feeling like you're secure. If you're going to go for the bind, you cross the right leg over. So you might cross it all the way over and wrap it around the leg, or you might cross over like you're going to sit in a chair and pop those right toes onto a block. So the idea is that we bend both legs and we squeeze the thighs together. Take the arms out to the side and put the left over right. You can decide whether you're going to hold onto the shoulders or bind. Inhale, lift up. And then if you like, exhale. How is it to bring the elbows down towards the knees? When you're ready, release it off. When you've got both feet on the ground, just let the arms float up and down. Nice and soft. Just let your wings go. Flap your wings. Good, and then we'll go to the other side. Stand on the right leg, cross the left leg over, make the bind. Decide how it is on this side. Embrace the changes. Right arm over left. Good. Make the bind or hold the shoulders. Lift up the heart and then start to fold if you like. You don't have to do the fold. You're bringing the elbows towards the knees. Inhale. Release it off. Let it go. Both feet on the ground. Letting the arms come up and down, softening. Keep softening through the jaw, soften through the collarbone. Yeah, really nice. We come to warrior one. Turn the right toes towards the short end of the mat. Turn the left toes slightly out. Have the feet on train tracks rather than one tightrope. Root down through the feet again, lift up through the arms. Lift up. Good, and then from here we're going to slightly lean the torso forward, so you feel that long line from the back heel to the fingertips. Hold it here, bend into the elbows. Good, keep breathing, opening up through the collarbone and the heart space. And maybe lift up the hands again. Exhale again. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down to the floor. Let the torso drape over that right leg. Let the head soften. Let it all go here. Now let's have a play. This is where you can use blocks if you like, or something to put your hands on. So this right knee is bent, and the left leg, bring the heel up, and just bring the attention to the feet. And just bring the weight forward a little bit, so the weight is more in the right foot. And then pull the weight back into the left foot. So see if you can level those hips there. You might be straightening the legs, you might not be. So I'm lifting up the right toes. And I'm really lengthening through the spine as much as I can. Good, and then place that right foot down again. Push up, pinwheel all the way up and turn to face the long end of the mat. Good, just allow the shoulders to roll. Nice. Just try something here. Cross the arms as though turn the palms away from you. So the elbows are stacking on top of each other. And then just lift up, separate the elbows. And you're looking under, if the right arm is on top, you're looking under the right arm. And then release that side and go to the other side. Palms facing forward, left arm on top. And then when I separate the elbows and now looking left. Yeah, so the reason I'm showing you that while we're standing is because you're going to have head down in a minute and do the same action. Turn the heels in a little bit, straighten the legs and reach up with the hands. Come to that energy mudra again. So the The peace fingers are out. The thumb and the other two fingers are touching. Just close your eyes for a moment. Notice the soles of the feet. Notice the fingers. Bring the energy into the navel center. And then bend into the knees and pull the elbows back. So the peace fingers are pointing forward now. You've got strength in the legs in your goddess pose. Amazing, straighten through the legs. Put the hands onto the top of the thighs. Let the heels come out a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Then as you exhale, come into a flat back. Slide the hands down the legs. Hands come to the floor. Now if you need blocks or something to put your hands on, go for it again. Yeah, just lengthen the spine first. Root down through all four corners of both feet. Feel the sensations up through the front and back of the legs. And then if you are able, walk the hands between the legs. Let the crown of the head come down towards the floor. So you might be up much higher. It doesn't matter where you are. Just experiment your range of motion here. And this is that same thing again. So left arm towards the right foot, right arm towards the left foot. You're either going to do a big cross here or you're just going to cross at the wrist, right? So whatever suits you better. Reach out with the arms, and then I'm going to pop my head down. It's going to go between the arms. And then, as I did when we were upright, I'm going to separate the elbows and see if I can look underneath the right arm. So now there's a twist coming to the torso. Good. Release. Maybe the elbows are on the floor, maybe not. Maybe you're up on your hands. Feel your strength coming up through your legs. Extend the spine. Slide the hands all the way back up the legs. Roll the shoulders back, release. Good. Warrior one, the other side. So left leg. Left toes towards the end of the mat. Right leg straight. Bend into the left knee. Good. Root down. Lift up. So you should be on train tracks. This right leg shouldn't be directly behind the left leg if you see me from the front. Good, and then you're going to start to tip forward and then bend into the elbow. So you're rooting through that back heel. Sending the crown of the head forward. So the legs are really strong and active here. And then reach the hands forward, pull back, reach forward, pull back. Last time, reach forward, bring the hands down, let the torso drape over the left thigh and let the head release down. Great. And now bring up that, I'll turn again, bring up that left heel. Pay the attention to your feet. So don't worry about what's happening to the rest of the body. Just notice the feet. So rock forward. Take the weight from one foot to the other. And as you do that, the back heel might come up. The front toes might come up. Yeah, and then as you do that, send the energy up through the legs. The legs might not straighten. They might be bent here. That's okay too. Just rock forward and back, changing the weight. And then when you're ready, see if you can bring the weight into both feet. Lengthen the spine. Let the hips be as level as they'll go. Reach the hands forward. Lovely stretch in the side body. Full breath. Beautiful. Bend into that left knee. Come on up to standing. Turn to face alongside of the mat again. Straighten both legs, turn the toes out, bring the heels in. Prana Mudra, index fingers pointing up to the sky, soles of the feet rooting down. So the energy is going in all directions and bringing that transformation to the belly, to the navel center. Bend into the knees and into the elbows, bring the elbows back. Feel the strength in the legs. Hold it here. Soften the breath as much as you can. Straighten through the legs, bring the hands to the top of the thighs. Let the heels come out. I'm going to slide the hands down the leg. This is where you use the props if you want to. Good, so you might be putting your hands on something here. Spend a moment to notice all four corners of both feet. The energy coming up through both legs. When you're ready, if you're going to go further, walk the hands back, let the crown of the head come down towards the floor. Yes, you may be out here, you might be lower. Whatever your mobility is, accept it. Good, and this time we're going to bring the right hand across towards the left foot, left hand towards the right foot. Maybe you're crossing deeply at the elbows, maybe at the hands. Good, and then you're separating the arms away from each other, looking under the left arm. So that might not be such a big move. It's like you're peeking underneath and opening up, just as far as it feels good. And then exhale, release, come on back through the center. Put the hands underneath the shoulders, long spine, bend into the knees, maybe have a little wiggle from side to side, and then step the feet together. Come down to sitting on your heels. If this isn't comfortable, bring the legs round in front. Cross-legged is also fine. Yeah, so sit nice and tall. Doesn't matter what seated position you're in, really. We just want a long spine. You can close the eyes. Turn the palms upwards. Just notice the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Open the eyes. I'm going to come to cross-legged again. Find that seat, whether it's on a cushion or a block, or whether it's on the floor. As we did in the beginning, sit up nice and tall. Just feel the flow of the breath, inhaling into the heart space, into the shoulders, into the upper back, exhaling, rooting down. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Let the right hand come to the floor. Lift up with the left hand. Reach it up to the ceiling first. Reach it over the ear if that feels good to go further. Start to fold over the right thigh. Bring the hands forward. Maybe creep the fingers forward and feel that extension. See if you've made your spine any longer. Lift the head and walk the hands to the center. Inhale. Exhale, fold. High or low, doesn't matter. What you're thinking about is the extension of the spine, the breath moving through the body. Walk the hands back, come up to sitting, and then twist to the left. Left hand behind, right hand on the left thigh. Release the twist back to the center. Go to the other side, drop the left ear to the left shoulder, let the right shoulder release down. Start to soften through the jaw. Reach out with the left hand. Reach up with the right hand. Inhale into the fingertips. Lean over if that feels good, opening up through the side body some more. Fold over the left thigh, bring the hands either side of the left knee. So the inward feeling of a fold, just notice. Notice the sensations. As you inhale the next time, bring the hands through to the center and fold forward. Little pulses up and down, or maybe high. Inhale upright, exhale twist to the right. Exhale, release a twist. Uncross the legs, bring the soles of the feet onto the floor. Find yourself in the middle of your mat. Good, we're going to roll down. You can use your hands and allow your lower back to go down first, so you can hold onto the knees and roll it down. Entirely up to you. Good. And once you get there, just really make the connection between the lower back and the mat or the floor, whatever you're lying on. Yeah, so you feel the backs of the buttocks there, really making the connection. You feel the mid-back connection, the shoulder connection. Just allow yourself to land there for a minute. Good, and then bring both feet down to the floor, keep the knees bent. Cross the right ankle onto the left thigh. So you're just opening up through that hip. Beautiful. Lengthen through the neck there. Make sure the chin is level. And then take hold of that right foot and extend the left foot up to the ceiling. So if this is too much, it's all relevant to how flexible we are. This left leg might not be going up to the ceiling. Some people like to hook onto the back of the left leg. Release. We'll go to the other side. See if we can get rid of, just squeeze out that last little bit of tension that we might be gripping onto in the hips. And as this is happening, if this feels tight for you, so you're going to extend the right leg up or forward, whatever works. I like to hold on to the left foot. Some people like to hold on to the back of the thigh. So that's your choice. But as you're feeling any tightness, if you are, see if you can soften through the jaw. Just soften all around the tongue and the collarbones. And then exhale, release the legs. Yeah, let the arms come out to the side. Bend into the knees. Have the knees above the hips. And then rock both knees over to the right hand side. Enjoy that twist. So you can look towards the left hand here if the legs are going to the right. Even put your right hand on the outside of the left thigh. but not really trying to come into any kind of deep twist here. It's just much more of a release. So on the exhale, just really allow everything to soften. And as it goes down towards the floor and you soften through your jaw, perhaps then that you do get a bit of a release in the spine here. Bring the knees back up to the center. Shift over to the left, knees over to the left. Looking to the right. Again, without any kind of pressure. Just really soften. So you're just allowing everything to move into place in this twist. Softening through the jaw. Letting the earth take the weight. You're releasing each exhale down. Release back to the center. Come to a Shavasana. We'll do a short Shavasana. You can have the soles of the feet together. The hands on the body or on the floor. You can extend your legs. You can have the knees together and the feet apart if that's better for you. While you're closing your eyes here and just allowing everything to settle, just see if the neck is nice and long. And again, check out the jaw is soft. Check out the eyes are soft. Just let the body be breathed now without doing anything to the breath. Just let go of any ujjayi breath or any kind of breathing focus you were doing through your practice and soften. So soften through the eyes, through the cheeks, tongue, teeth, the jaw, collarbone. Soften the heart. Soften the belly. Soften the hips and the legs. Bring some movement through your fingers, through your toes. Don't allow yourself to move quickly now, just really moving carefully. Keeping everything as relaxed as possible. Just listen to the body and notice what it wants to do, whether it's a stretch out or whether the knees come to the chest straight away. You'll know instinctively what movement feels right for you. Maybe a little rock on your back from side to side. Gently rolling onto the right hand side. Just using your hands to bring you up to sitting. and tall. Close the eyes, inhale, feel the breath as it lifts you up. And exhale, let it go, dropping the shoulder blades down. The next inhale, bring the hands together at the heart space. Gently bow the head. Namaste. Thank you.